Alright, I've seen these a lot on YouTube and stuff, so shut up, dog. I thought I'd go through it. It's going to be a little funky little tier list. It's of the Man United 1920 team. So I've got 5 different categories here. I've got future first team. So after this whole process, process that we're going through, after this is all done, who would actually still be in my starting 11? Potential that there's arguably a good start. Squad rotation players, people that are okay but they're not great, so just loan them out, and then if we need them, they'll be in the back burner and they'll get some experience while we're still rebuilding, and then just go away. Basically, go away. There's gonna be a few of those. Okay, so start with good old Jesse Lingard, that youngster, really young, still got a lot of future. Good old memes. I'm going to put him in squad rotation. A lot of people would say, "Oh, get him out, he's rubbish." This end product isn't great, but that, to be honest, most of the time that's not what we have him for. He's there just to run teams down and run them rugged. So what he's there for, he does well. Like when we had our success under Ollie, our first, was it like an 11 game win streak, something like that. I can't remember the exact total, but something like that. He was on our right wing, so he's clearly got something. Matic is just straight up in the bin. See you later, buddy. He's got the turning circle of. Have you seen that like Austin Powers meme of him like stuck in a corridor? There's no one get up on the screen, but that's his turning circle. His passing isn't bad. He can find the lines. His defensive awareness is decent. But if we're gonna look to win the league, or at least look to be top 4 and win something, he's not good enough, really. Harry Maguire, straight up future first team, yeah. Slabhead, we spent 85 million on him, so of course we're going to play him. Of course we're going to keep him. There's no reason why we wouldn't. He's not had too bad of a start. Oh, screen gun down. His start hasn't been the worst start in the world, hasn't like set the world alight, but he hasn't really struggled too much this season. I know that United as a team we have, but I can't really put our defence down to that, to be honest. I think that we've got the lowest XG goals conceded. So our defence is clearly doing something. Yeah, XG is hypothetical and it's not actual goals conceded, but at the same time, we're clearly doing something right. We've just got unlucky. Pogba, future first team, of course. He's our most talented player we have in our club right now. Whether he'll stay long enough to be a future first team, I'm not 100% certain. But yeah, I think keep Pogba. If you look at our side and then add Pogba into it, it's so much better than if he wasn't there. Mata, again, I put squad rotation. His vision is very good, but the style of play we're playing at the moment, counter-attacking football, he doesn't fit the bill really. He's just not good enough. Angel Gomez. Ooh, it's going to be close to his squad rotation and potential first team. I'm not going to put him there yet because, yes, he's shown a lot of promise in the academy, but he hasn't quite delivered on the big stage. But that's because he hasn't had a chance yet. He's only played against teams like Astana and teams like that. But, screw it, squad rotation. He'll be a very good player. So we just have to wait and see, to be honest. He's one that could go higher, depending on how he does this season. But at the moment, I can't be any higher than that. Lindelof. He's between potential and squad rotation as well. He hasn't been too bad this season. In the air, terrible. He worries a lot of people, worries me a lot of the time. The way that he let Mane just take the ball off of him and score. Luckily, well, I said luckily, Mane used his hand beforehand, so it didn't count because of VAR. At the same time, what the hell are you doing, buddy? That was too easy. But saying that, he hasn't been dribble past this season. That whole like Van Dijk hasn't been dribble past in the whole season stat. Lindelof's got it right now. So, squad rotation, screw it. And Teleas Pereira. Huh. But the thing is though, he's not as young as a lot of people think. Like, he's been at the club for a long time. He's only recently broken through. I'm going to put him at squad rotation as well. Thing is, on his day, he's very good. And if he's playing the right position, he's very good. But what that position is, nobody knows at the moment. He seems he might have found his role in centre attacking midfielder, like number 10 role. Seems like he might be a bit more comfortable there, like he was good against Liverpool. And Ollie has changed his tactics, so he seems to be playing a 3-5-2 these days. So him at number 10 wouldn't be the worst thing. Tahith Chong, love the guy, great in the academy. Again, hasn't quite delivered. He hasn't really had the chance to. I'd put him in loan out, to be honest. You see a lot of these Chelsea lads that are breaking through at the moment this season. The likes of Tomori and Mason Mount, who have had just so much experience in the Championship and lower teams in the Premier League that when they're coming into the first choice at Chelsea, they're already experienced in the league and they already know what the hell they're doing. So I feel like Chong would benefit from that quite a lot. Luke Shaw, I put potential first team. He's quite solid, Luke Shaw. He's quite solid. On his day, he's really good. He, like last season, you wouldn't have even known that Salah played in the Liverpool Man United games. He kept him so quiet. At the same time, his fitness is an issue. At the moment, he's out. He's been out for, 2 months now? I mean, he won our Player of the Year last season, so he's clearly doing something good. But if you look at our defence at the moment, he's the weakness in our back four. Or back five that we're playing these days. Or back three, but he'll be playing in midfield. So, yeah. That one's an arguable one. I feel like he could go either way. So, we'll see how it goes. But at the moment, potential first team, perhaps squad rotation. But I'd say he's closer to potential first team than squad rotation. Marcus, yeah, future first team. He gets a lot of stick. But he's 21. Leave the kid alone. Leave him alone. He's done so much for this club for such a young lad. He's got so much experience. And yes, he has dry patches. But he delivers in the big games. Like, he has such a great shot to goal conversion in the big games. He has a great goals per game ratio. Like, already this season he's scored against Chelsea and Liverpool. You can't really argue that. So, Marcus, yeah, future first team. The talent he has. And again, even if he isn't performing on the pitch, the amount of effort that he puts into a game, you can never question him, really. Like, he will run himself into the ground just to help the team, and he has multiple times. He plays a lot of times. He plays every single minute for club and country. He'd play like 3 games in a week and play the full 90 minutes and not stop running the full 90. Like, love the guy. At times he goes missing. At times he doesn't deliver. But at the same time, he always puts in 157%. So, Marcus, future first team for sure. Eric Bailly, I think loan him out. The same way we're doing with Chris Smalling at the moment. Get him some game time and get him somewhere that isn't so physical, or get him somewhere that's more physical, because at the moment he's getting injury after injury after injury. He came back and was back for, I think he was in for half an hour before he got injured again, and now he's out until after Christmas. So I'd say either get him some game time where he can get his fitness up, or get him somewhere where he's more physical, risk him getting injured again, but get up that resistance in his muscles that he can play a full 90. Because when he plays, he's an absolute menace. Like, he's very Vidic-esque. He's not that good. He's not as good as Vidic, but he's an absolute nutter that would do anything. He'd chuck anything at the ball. So, yeah, that's what I think. Dalot the same. I think Dalot, loan him out. He's still a young guy. I think that, yeah, he's very good. He is. His crosses look very good. He's very good at taking on players, but he's not quite Wan-Bissaka just yet. So Wan-Bissaka is always going to be, in my opinion, or Wan-Bissaka in a couple of choices, Wan-Bissaka is always going to go above Dalot for me on the list. So Dallow's got time, but he's similar age to Wan-Bissaka, so I'd say loan him out, get him some experience, and then maybe, if we're playing this 3-5-2 at the moment, his crossing could be very good if we put him at right mid. But Wan-Bissaka is just so good, man. So, yeah. Martial, future first team. For sure. We've missed him, really. He's got end product. That's something that very few people in our team have. And we've missed him. His goal against Wolves was very good. It's a shame he's been injured, because we've really needed somebody that will finish these chances. And eventually, we haven't seen what he's like in this 3-5-2 with Marcus Rashford yet. So, we'll see how that goes. But yeah, for now, I'm going to say future first team. I'm saying, like, Ollie can't really drop the lad, because when he plays, he delivers. Fred. What are you? You're a squad rotation. He's a guy that, again, quality not quite there. He's not quite Premier League winning standards. He's the standards that we're at right now, which is not quite Premier League winners. We're top 6, top 4 fighters at the moment, like 14th. But again, he's a guy that tries very hard. When he has his day, he's very, very good. But when he doesn't, he's very, very bad. And he makes a lot of mistakes, which a player that, before we were playing that 4-2-3-1, he was playing on defensive midfielder. So if he loses the ball, we're about 30 yards from our back line, and all of a sudden we're under pressure, and our team isn't ready for it. So he's put us under a lot of unnecessary pressure with his mistakes, but at the same time, some of his hard work and his talent has put us in some good situations. So I'd put him in squad rotation. I'd say that he's not quite at Premier League starting 11 winners, but he's not a bad option off the bench. He's like, say for example, who are in the Cup. I wouldn't argue putting Fred in our starting 11 in like a quarter-final of the League Cup. Wan-Bissaka, yep, future first team. Of course, he might not have the end product yet, which is weird, because he started out his career at right mid. But yes, his defensive positioning might not be great, and his awareness might not be great, but that's the type of thing that we can teach him. He's still young, but bloody hell is his recovery is very good. He's a guy that I can see being at the club after starting right back for 7 or 8 years, and I wouldn't argue it. Yes, he came at a premium because of Manchester United, and he's English. He was 50 odd million. I don't really care. I stopped my money. People saying, "Oh, he cost you all this money. He cost you like 55 million, and Trent Alexander-Arnold wasn't that much, and Trippier was cheaper." This guy's going to be our right back for a long time. He's English. And screw it. Less money in the Glazers' hands. Who gives a crud? De Gea. I don't know why you're there. You should be there. There we go. Future first team. He's not leaving this side anytime soon. He signed a new contract so that he's going to be at the club for a while. He's clearly seen something, which is a very good positive. But he's been making mistakes for the last 3 months of last season, but he's looked solid this season, ignoring the Crystal Palace game. I'm going to be honest, I probably put more blame on him for the Ayew goal than the Van Aanholt goal. Yes, it looks bad because he beat him at the near post and he got a big hand to it, but he was 6-7 yards out, and it was a hard strike down low. I'm not going to put too much blame on De Gea for that. Ayew, he got beaten too easily in the eyes, but again, he's probably the best shot stopper out there. Decision making not great, as good as it can be. His distribution is not as good as it can be. At times when you see him with Spain, and you saw last season he got, I think it was with Alvaro Morata, he literally hit the ball, and it ended up on the edge of the Argentinian box, and Morata scored. De Gea got an assist. He can deliver with his distribution. The thing is, though, he doesn't really get a chance, because these days with the playing at the back and if he's going to do something like drilling a ball 60 yards out of his hands, like the likes of Alisson and Ederson do, his percentage won't be as high as them, because he's never really been that type of goalkeeper. He's always been I'm going to be a reliant shot stopper, and he doesn't come out for crosses as much as maybe people would like, but again, he's a shot stopper. Yes, he can get better. He can do better in those situations. I wouldn't swap him for any keeper in the world, though, to be honest. Ashley Young, goodbye. I feel bad because he's been a great servant to the club. He's been there since Fergie. He's one of our most experienced players in the club, along with good old David De Gea, and he's our current captain. So we can't really do him too much injustice, but at the same time, he's not the quality that we want to be looking at. He 5, 6, 7 years ago he was a very good player. He didn't score 2 goals for no reason and get 3 assists against Arsenal in the 8-2 win. 2 bangers as well, and he can still do them, but he's just a slight bit off the races, which again, we're looking at fast, counter-attacking, penetrative play, and he's not quite got that anymore. Marcus Rojo. Squad rotation. I'm a big fan of the lad. Like, if you saw our game against Astana, the amount of shots that he was putting in, and they weren't bad shots either. It's like stat padding, to be honest. That's all he was doing. And he's an absolute nutter. You can guarantee he's getting a yellow card every single game he plays. You can guarantee the second someone's on the ball and he's behind them, 2 foot in the back of the head, or he's going to get the ball in the turn. What can I do? He's just taking their legs out from underneath them. He's an absolute maniac. This is why I love him. But again, he's not going to beat Harry Maguire, and we're looking to buy a centre back, if not Lindelof. I'd put Lindelof over Rojo, and we've been playing him at left back or centre back, but the likes of Axel Tuanzebe I'd put ahead of him. So, and I definitely wouldn't put him above Luke Shaw at left back, because he hasn't quite got. Well, he's got the defensive side, but he's not very good at both. So he's either very good up top or he's very good at the back. He's not very good at going back and forth constantly. Like he'd run like 100 meters in like 5 minutes, and he'd be absolutely knackered. He hasn't quite got the physical fitness yet to be able to do that. Mason Greenwood, I'd put potential first team. We've seen a lot of raw talent from this guy. He looks very, very good when he's played. But at times, the likes of when he came on against Arsenal and last season against Cardiff, he got in some great positions, but he couldn't quite finish. He's very, very much raw talent at the moment, and it all depends on how he gets used. Potential first team, because if he looks very good this season, he will be on our first team. But if he disappears and he starts to struggle and he starts to do what a lot of academy players have done at United, where they've come in, looked very good, and then disappeared. The likes of Federico Makeda or Tosic, or we've got a long list of players, I'm going to be honest. Greenwood looks a lot better than these guys, but at the same time we can't guarantee that he'll make it to our first team in the future. Like, he does look like something that could and should, but it's no guarantees. I'm going to put him a potential first team because he's not quite there yet. Romero, I'm pretty sure this was in his contract that he's going to be a squad rotation player, and he's the most reliable. Adrian's very good, but he's probably the most reliable number 2 goalkeeper at any club in the league. Yes, he's a step down from De Gea, but I'm not mad when I see Romero in goals over De Gea. He only plays in cup games and Europa League games, but again, he's very reliable. He was the reason why we beat that Partizan Belgrade team the other day. He made us some great saves. He kept us in that game at times, but we kept us in the lead. So, Romero, the most reliable number 2 in the world, squad rotation. That's a very, very poor image of big old Scotty McSauce. Ooh, potential. Okay, he's looked very good. He won our Player of the Month last month, and he won Jose's player of the season when manager's choice. And Joseph said he's got something special, and we've seen a lot of that this season. We've seen a lot of him looking very good, but that's him looking very good in a very mediocre midfield. When we get somebody, or if we get somebody in, I'm not sure how good he'll look. He looks very good because he's doing everything by himself. He's doing a free midfield while Pogba's not there. So, I'm not sure about him, to be honest. He's looked very good this season, and who knows, he could be very good. But it depends on how we use him and if he steps up when we step up. And I'm not sure, to be honest. He's one of those where it can go either way. His performance against Arsenal was incredible. His goal was very good. He showed that he can do that. He's got a strike on him. But again, I'm not sure. Phil Jones. I'd say so. I would say loan out, but he's on his way. He's getting older. He's been at the club a while. And I'm going to be honest, even our back five, he looked so shaky against Partizan Belgrade, against Astana, against Rochdale. He was getting dribbled past, he wasn't looking comfortable, he almost gave away a penalty against Partizan Belgrade, which they obviously argued. But yeah, it's really difficult to put Phil Jones in a side at Manchester United. He just looks like he's got a mistake. He's a mistake waiting to happen, really. So, no. Danny James. Whatever I put is going to be debated. I hate myself, but I'm going to say potential first team. He's been our most reliable player this season. He's been our best player this season. But again, he's been a very good attacking player and a very mediocre attack this season. He's looked very good, but his end product isn't quite there yet. His finishing was very good, scoring goals against Southampton. Who else did he score against? He scored against... my mind is blank. So it was against Chelsea, Southampton, and then he scored in the next game as well. Who did he score against? Oh, well, it's a great goal. Like he scored bottom corner against Chelsea, and then one whipped into the top corner against Palace, and then Southampton was just an absolute driller into the top corner. He's looked very good. He's got his first assist as well for Marcus Rashford at Liverpool, which is a very good cross, but he's not doing that enough for my liking consistently for him to be a guaranteed starter, especially in a side where we've got Marcus Rashford, Anthony Martial, and we're looking at bringing in a striker, whether it's Greenwood who's going to step up or whether it's a new striker, I'm not sure. If we were to see the likes of, Mario Mandzukic, Danny James would be very, very important with his crosses, because the crosses that he puts in are crosses of someone like Mario Mandzukic, who can get the end of a lot of crosses, whereas Marcus Rashford loves to either drift to the back post or sit on the penalty spot. The crosses that he puts in aren't the right ones for our team, but who knows, if we can get a good player in that suits the style of play that Danny James plays, which is quick, but he puts it near post a lot of the time. He either put the fingers in not Dan James' crosses, so he either doesn't beat the first defender or he beats the last player. So it's, again, he's one that if he steps up, he'll be in the first team, and he's young from Wales, and this is his first season, so I can't really be too harsh on him. I hate myself for not putting a future first team. Kind of have to though. And the last, good old Axel Tuanzebe. He looks very good. He looks very composed on the ball. He bosses it in the air. He has a mistake in him, like we saw against Arsenal, but he's young, he's learning. This is his first proper breakout season in our starting 11. It's yet to be seen what he's like in a back three in our first team, because it's looking like that's what we're going for at the moment. So he'll probably be in a back three with Lindelof and Maguire, which isn't a bad back three. But yeah, he's young, he's got so much talent, and he bosses at the back. Everyone's been saying he's a future captain. So yeah, in here, this is everybody that's in the tier list. You've got the likes of Brandon Williams, who I'd put at future first team. He's looked so good since he's come in. If he can get a left back spot and hold it, then he can be our left back for a long time, and he's got that ability to bomb up and down. He can score goals. He wins so many headers. Like, that's what I've noticed since he's come in. He wins so many headers, and he's defensively sound as well. He's so composed. Like, you saw him win the penalty against Partizan Belgrade, and then he came on against Liverpool, and I think he had 3 aerial duels and won all 3 of them. So it's not bad. In fact, he's on for 5 minutes. And then I put the likes of Jimmy Garner. I put him at potential first team. Again, he's something we haven't seen enough of in the first team. I'm pretty sure he got his first start against Partizan Belgrade, so we definitely haven't seen enough of him to say first team. He's looked very good. I think he's like our top goal, no, not top goal scorer, but he's got like a good amount of goals in the last like 7 or 8 games in the academy, and in a Man United academy team that's looking very good these days. And he's been a massive part of it, and he's a guy that he understands what it's like to wear Man United top. So I'm going to say right now, because we haven't seen very much of him, potential first team. But that puts 8 people in my future first team: Harry Maguire, Paul Pogba, Marcus Rashford, Tony Martial, Aaron Wan-Bissaka, David De Gea, Tuan Zabi, and then Brandon Williams. So if we're looking at that, from my prediction, we need, if we're going to play this depending on what formation we're going to play this 3-4-2-1, or this 3-5-1, or whatever they want to play. Or 3-5-2, sorry, not 3-5-1, that's 10 players. If you're playing that, then we need another centre back. We need 2 more centre mids, and we need a striker. Is that right? No, that's not right. We need a CDM, we need a centre mid, 2 centre mids, and a centre back. Because we've only got Pogba in midfield. So yeah, if we're going to play that 3-5-2, we'll have Marcus Rashford and Melty out top. We'll see how that goes against Norwich. My prediction video will be coming out probably tomorrow, to be honest. Thing is, I haven't been doing too many videos these days because I'm in the process of waiting for money to come in from working, which I think I'm getting paid in 2 days' time, and I've got a camera on the wait list waiting. So when I get paid, I'm getting a better camera than this, so I can do better quality videos. And I'm going to see Manchester United versus Partizan Belgrade at Old Trafford on the 7th of November. So I'll be doing probably a little, not like a match day vlog, but I'll do like a little like snippet clips of like cinematics of driving there and walking through, and get some videos of good old chants, and maybe get some footage of the game. But I'm not going to do like any like proper analysis while I'm there, because I just want to go there and enjoy the moment. I don't want to vlog it and focus more on that than enjoying it, because it's my first game at Old Trafford. So I'm going to go there, watch it, enjoy it, come home and talk about it then. But this is my first tier list video. I'll probably do more of these because they're quite easy videos to do, and they seem to do quite well, and you get a lot of insight as well. I'll probably go through, there's this tier list of best Premier League goalkeepers, defenders, midfielders, strikers, and you also got a tier list of Man United legends. So I'm going to go through all of them in the upcoming probably like week and a half, maybe 2 weeks. So look out for them. But until then, this is my final tier list. Enjoy. Goodbye.